I am headed to Arkansas PickerCon, and I figured on the way I should stop at some pawn shops, see what we can find. We're kind of in need of some PS5s and Series X's in the store. I don't want a ton, but we need some because we don't have any, and I figured maybe we could find some games on the way, see if we can find some cool stuff. I have not been pawn shop hunting in a hot minute, I guess since like November. I just finished up at Cash America Pawn, and that was a great trip actually. It started off a little slow. They said they basically couldn't do any discounts on consoles because they didn't have a ton of them, but I actually made it work, and the wind is blowing like crazy. So you can see we got a PS4 Slim with the disc drive.
What? Chocolate! I can't hear you!
So you can see we got a PS5 disc drive. It's the Slim version. It's in really good condition. I figure we can sell that in the store. Then down here we have two PS4 Slims. They couldn't work out any deals on these, but these sell pretty well for us still. And then this one was a little bit more unique. We got the, I think it's like the NBA 2K20 or something like that series, Xbox One X. It doesn't have the original controller, but it's basically just a white controller, so we'll just pair those together. And then we got a nice stack of games. They wrapped them for us. Nice little stack, nothing too crazy, but these are all just good games that will sell for us. And then this is probably the big gem of the whole thing. So they had a Canon ELPH 350 HS, huge bolo. They had it at $35. I don't remember if they charged me tax on that or not, but I think this sells for like over $200 on Amazon, or on eBay. So that'll cover some of the extra costs on the consoles because I paid a little bit more than I wanted to, but this covered a lot of that. And we got a pretty good deal on some of the games. So now we're at another Cash America Pawn. I've had pretty good luck at this one as well. It's funny, I actually had a really bad experience with the pawn shop that was down the street last time I was in this area, and they shut down. So apparently I wasn't the only one that had a bad experience. I was trying to buy a console. They basically told me I couldn't buy as many consoles as I wanted, which is fine. And then the one that they said I couldn't buy, a cockroach crawled out of. But we're at a Cash America now and see what we can get here. That went way better than I could have ever expected. We have now already spent $2,000 and not even left Kansas City. So I guess I'm not going to Arkansas anymore. I'm just kidding. But that went really well. So we picked up 11 consoles, which is awesome. We're looking for some Slims today. But then we did pick up a few games. They did not give me a deal on the consoles, but they did give me a little bit of a deal on the games. I'll flip around and show you all. Fire Emblem, Three Houses, Octopath Traveler, Black Ops 3. This is like the Zombies Chronicle Edition, and then Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
A couple of good old Skyrims.
They ended up doing $5 a piece on these, which was nice. That saved us about, I think it was like 25 bucks. But you can see we have a ton of consoles here. I have another console here, and then here's all the controllers and everything. There is one really bad PS4 third-party controller, but we have extras, so I was really happy with that. We spent like 800 bucks there, 800 at the last place, so we're already at 1,600, and now we are headed to another Cash America. Well, that was a quick little trip. I got a Series S and Astrobot. It's a game I've been interested in playing anyways. They did 30 on this and 160 on the Series S. We can sell those online, or we can put them in the store because they're raising the prices of Xboxes, I guess. So I figure now is probably a good time to try and pick those up if we can get them for a good price. And I guess we are headed to another Cash America. That's the trend of this video if you haven't noticed. So apparently I have never been to this Cash America, and I'm realizing it is definitely not in the nicest part of town. I've seen someone drinking beer already, someone definitely strung out on something. So we'll see how this one goes. Apparently there's a reason I've never been here. So far today we have not had any strikeouts. That place was great as well. We did get a little bit of retro. I guess I could show you all that real quick. But we ended up getting 3 consoles, an Oculus headset. Also, shout out to Ryan from RJC Media for this bolo.
A couple of good old Skyrims.
But we got Miles Morales. There's another DS game in here, but we got Simpsons. I think it's Sims My Kingdom somewhere in here. But yeah, we got some nice stuff. I'm not gonna lie, after going to all these places, I'm starting to be like, maybe I should just go back to the store and drop these off instead of driving to Arkansas. We'll see. We're gonna finish up, I think, 3 more spots. I'm about to go into this one right in front of me, and we shall see what we can find. So that was a really good stop. We got a Xbox One X for $69. which we just paid like 140 at a different store, so that's awesome. They had a Switch Lite for 95. It's in good condition. They had a DS Lite for 49, but they bumped it down to 40. But here's the thing that was really weird. So first off, their game prices were amazing. We got all of these titles. These are all pretty good. We paid $2 a piece on them. They range from $1 to $3, and he just gave them all to me for $2. These titles, they could not find the discs, and so they just gave them to me for free. But here's the weirdest thing. Also, I got a gold controller. I was literally, and I have a clip of this so no one thinks I'm lying. I literally looked down and they had Metroid Prime with the Echoes bonus disc literally in the trash. It's got both discs in there. I guess Metroid Prime has a little bit of a scratch, but they look good. I thought there was a manual, but they gave that to me for free. I did not think I would find GameCube at a pawn shop in 2025, but we're headed on to another one. I think this is the biggest issue I have with pawn shops is the checkout time takes so long that I'm just standing there for several minutes. So I do think I am gonna go dump all this stuff off back at the store. We're running out of space. We're at another Cash America pawn. If you guys didn't realize, that's probably where it's going next. I've not been to this one in a long time, but I've had good experiences, and there's probably an old clip of me buying stuff from here like a long time ago. I'll see if I can dig that up, but we'll see. I think we got 2 more. I'm kind of getting tired of going to Cash Americas, but we're finding good stuff, so I probably shouldn't complain too much. We just finished up at 2 different pawn shops, and one of them we didn't spend a lot, but we got a nice little stack of games. Came out to like 70 bucks. I asked for a discount and they gave me 19 cents off, so I guess a discount's a discount. And then the last one, we got 3 PS4s. And the nice thing, no, wrong. We got a PS4 with a purple controller. Here's the price on price charting of that. I believe it's decent, or I look like an idiot. And we got 2 Oculus Quest 2s and Skylanders, Imaginators for Xbox One. It looks like the price on that's dropped quite a bit, so that used to be a pretty big bolo. Maybe Xbox One is the issue. But we're at the last one. I think I've actually been to all of them we've been to today, but I have not been to this one before, so we shall see how this goes. Hopefully it's decent, but I'm ready to be done with pawn shops and to get all this out of my car so I can actually leave, because I have a 6-hour drive and it's now 4 o'clock. I was kind of hoping to be out of town by like 2. We'll see how this one goes. Okay, so I went in with low hopes, low expectations, and that actually turned out really well. That is the first store of the day that they actually were willing to give me a deal. So we got 2 PS3s in here, which was crazy to see. We got a Indigo, I think is the Switch Lite, a Series S and a Series X, and then we got some games, nothing crazy. He took $20 off the Series S, I think like $8 off the Xbox, $10 off both PS3s, and I think maybe he said 20 on the Switch. I think he said he only charged me like $8 for the game. So overall, pretty good pickup. You can see car is already pretty full. I'm gonna go dump this off and then actually start driving the 6 hours to Arkansas. I think we spent like $4 grand. We spent a lot of money, but hopefully we can make a lot of money. Thank you guys for watching.